We're talking Cobra Kai. Yes. Kia. Hiya. Karate. Ice. Bro.
Welcome back to Coming This Summer.
Kreese being in this whole series, man, is like, fuck yeah, dude. Like, we're so in.
We're talking, the final season. Cobra Kai Part 6 V1.
Part 1. Yeah.
Part 1.
Cobra Kai Part 6, Part 1.
This is
Great.
one of my favorite guilty pleasure shows. People are like, guilty pleasure, oh, it's a good show.
It's so bad.
It's
like the perfect 90s
80s, 90s cheese. But like some episodes, I'm like, are they bringing in Oscar-winning writers to do some? I will sit there and just, I'm in amazement of this show because you can get through like the season premiere. One of the best written episodes of the entire series. Episode 2
is awful.
It's like a room full of monkeys wrote the second episode.
Fucking terrible.
What happened?
You're like, the premiere was great, and I'm like, yeah, I agree. And
it was
then
amazing.
I had to turn the second episode off because I was like, uh-oh.
Like, I would have taken that as like the end wrap up of this series. They're friends now. They're buddies. They're teaching karate together, and everyone's happy.
Yeah.
And then they're like, we need some more false tension because why are we doing another season?
Yeah, if not, you're tapped. This is it.
You can't do anymore.
I'm surprised like last season was even a full season. Because it was
last season was so good.
Yeah.
And like now they're squeezing an extra 5 episodes out of this season. All for the
cheddar cheese.
to lead into that movie.
3 parts.
3
right?
parts of 5 each.
Yep.
Which leads us right into the movie in May.
Yeah. The bulk of the season is getting ready for the tournament.
Half the season is like, isn't life great from the last thing that happened? Slowly into, wait a minute, we all hate each other and we got to get ready for this tournament. That's pretty much what you get in the 5 episodes.
The fucking tournament, they're like, 6 people can go to the tournament. Full spoilers, by the way. Fucking,
Oh yeah, we're gonna get into it. They have all these new rules because they have to make it more tension.
But it's so obvious. They're like, 6
This
people
is
are going
what
to go. I'm like,
the
is
people
it
who have
gonna be the
lines,
6 main characters? Or is it gonna be Nameless Kid 1 in the back? Or Karate Guy 3? You know? What do you mean?
I watch this with my kids because they like it, and I try not to be
that guy.
Movie Deadpool where I just sit there and shit all over the movie or the show. But even they were like,
I'm like, that guy doesn't even have speaking lines.
That's what I mean. Like,
I'm like, obviously he's not gonna be a part of it.
We're down to the final 12, and you're like, yeah, okay, well, 6 main characters, along with like 4 that get a couple lines, along with 2 that get no lines.
What about that main character who wasn't a part of the dojo, who now becomes a part of the dojo? And we're spending a lot of screen time on this girl character. Is she gonna get picked? Golly, I wonder. You know? And then they're like, Robbie, Miguel, lady,
I know.
girl,
Devin,
Devin, yeah.
Everybody who we totally set up for
everyone
it to
who's
be.
a main character. If you're a main character, you're going to the tournament.
And again, this is peak 80s cinema style.
But like they try a bit like Hawk's not going to the tournament. It's like, shut the fuck. Of course he is.
And they managed to do this big
damn,
thing to get him back in the tournament.
Like, of
course. I know.
Of course you do.
Which is funny because, okay, I'm watching this and I'm really, me and you were bad about this, but I rip everything apart from a writer's standpoint. And if you're talking character arc, Hawk is done. He shouldn't be going to the thing. No. He was an asshole who learned not to be an asshole. He became a team player and he's one of the best fighters and he loves all. There's nothing left for it. They already did the fight with Dimitri. They already hated each other. They already tried to kill each other, and they got over it, and they were best friends. Why are we rehashing that?
What if we did it again? Only kind
Hawk didn't need to be. Tori, that whole thing at the end didn't need to happen because we needed Tori and Sam closure. Why in the hell?
Yeah, we're going to spend the whole season making them friends again, Sam and Tori, just to rip them apart.
Instead of maybe just don't make them friends then. Have them try to get along for those 5 episodes, and it didn't work.
Yeah.
That's way more believable than they're now best friends by episode 3, and by episode 5, fuck you, I quit, I'm going back to Cobra Kai. Like, no.
What?
See,
yeah.
The seasons, it started so strong, and
you're tapping your well, man.
And you're making Daniel the villain. I know it's supposed to be an ambiguous balance between Johnny and Daniel going good guy, bad guy, but Johnny apologized every time, and then Daniel punches him in the face.
I know.
What?
Well, because Miyagi is apparently a hardened criminal.
Why are we making the most beloved character out of karate movies a shitty person?
Get his name out your mouth.
Miyagi-san's
name
What is happening?
Yeah, stop. You're like ruining the other movies
I
now.
think this is all set up the movie.
The new one.
To vindicate him and say, actually, that's not what happened. That's what's coming. The whole, he fought in the Saikai Taikai.
The trial of Mr. Miyagi, yeah.
Like, let it go, man. Like, why are we still doing
You
Miyagi?
know we're going to get a young Mr. Miyagi.
They set it up with he fought in the tournament? Like, you just dug through the
Of
box?
course he probably did. Of course he probably did. He was a martial artist. It's the most renowned tournament ever.
Yeah.
Of course he fucking
Sounds like
did.
a Dragon Ball Z game.
Oh my god. Senkaiichi too. Yeah.
Dragon Ball Z, Saikai Taikai. You know, like...
Them doing you're right, the Johnny bullshit where he's like, I'm going to give you a job at my dealership. He's like, cool, I need a house for my family. And I need a real job.
We're getting to the point where they should be friends now. They've gone through hell, realized that they're both not bad people, and that's who they have as each other.
Yeah.
And he keeps apologizing to Daniel to the point where the first other seasons would never apologize.
No.
And he's like, hey, I just want to be a good dad.
Now they're working together?
Yeah, and Daniel's like, fuck you, I'm an asshole
In
now.
that last 2 days.
But now we're finally on the same page.
The last 2 episodes, 1.5 maybe.
No.
And then to the point where Johnny's like, who's with me? I'm going to go start my own car dealership. I'm like, we're right back.
I know.
I'm like, I love the joke, but it's like,
I know.
you're killing their character
There's no
development.
reason.
Like you're setting them back to season 1 versions of
But
themselves.
see, he
Like,
makes more sense because
God
he
damn.
comes in after without anyone saying anything to him and goes, hey, I was an asshole.
Right.
I shouldn't have done that. Old Johnny would have never done that.
No.
And instead of Daniel like growing and going, yeah, I should accept your apology, he's still the prick from season
He's
1.
regressing.
That's punching him in the face.
He's regressing. Why? Why are you regressing? What the fuck, man?
I feel like they had to write the Miyagi stuff in to give a reason for him regressing. Because otherwise,
why he's lashing out.
why the hell would he at this point? He got everything he wanted.
Well, because now it's like everything I know is a lie.
Yeah, that's what I
like-
mean. Otherwise, Cobra Kai was defeated. They won the local tournament. Him and Johnny are friends. Johnny's getting married to a woman that's friends with his wife. Everyone is great.
We're fine. Everyone's fine. Yeah, they're having a baby.
So they
cool,
had to
we're right
go
on.
like, hey, Miyagi, maybe he wasn't a good person.
That
that's
fucking
what I
scene
don't like.
Of them taking out the box, and it's like, what's this?
And then
like,
Chosen disappears last
He
episode.
just disappears.
He moves across the
He
yard to
just
the dojo,
disappears.
and now we don't see him anymore?
But then he goes back, right? Because then he's like searching up flight tickets or whatever.
Oh, they did hint that, but they never show him leave.
They never show him leave.
He's
and the
just
only
now
reason
moving
he
into
got
the
that
dojo.
box was because he was moving in. Just to disappear? Just to fucking disappear?
And then the season ends with them getting ready for the tournament in Spain, and still no Chosen. So did Chosen go do the shit and come back? Is he going to help them with the tournament like he promised? If you would have asked me what I thought the score of this chunk
like,
of this season would
I'm
have
out.
been, that's
Chosen's like, I'm out,
done.
man.
which they're
What the fuck?
Which they started that thread at last season. Then he makes the phone call to the girl he loved, and they don't tell us what happens. Then this season he reveals, oh, that was all for nothing.
That didn't work.
And then like halfway through this first chunk of season, he's like, I'm gonna try it again. If you just said, hey, what do you think the season story is gonna be after the first episode? I'd be like, this is gonna be one of the best
10 out of
seasons.
10.
This is a fucking amazing. The second episode was
And then
terrible.
Kreese has an acid trip fighting a fucking snake in the second episode.
Second episode was one of the worst of the entire. You went from one of the best of the series
fucking kills
to the worst
Johnny.
of the series.
Like kills Vision Johnny.
Oh, it's Star Wars. I'm like, he's about to go to a cave and fight. Oh my God, they're Star Warsing us with Cobra Kai. And then the third episode rebounds, and they bring in Mike Barnes, and they like add a actual more realistic reason why they would fight.
Yeah.
That makes, out of all the stupid shit they did, that's the only thing that made sense.
He's about to kill Mike Barnes.
Yeah.
He's like, there's a fucking
That's
table
what
saw, and he's like holding his fucking head.
They're showing Johnny like he's not a monster anymore. He's learned. That's what I mean. Like in episode 3.
Yeah, because it's season 1, Johnny would have killed that guy.
Well,
like, no.
He was reckless though.
He was
fights
reckless.
kids. He fights
Yeah,
high school
very
kids
true.
in the
Yeah,
first
you're right.
season.
You're right. You're right. You're right.
But I mean, like,
Yeah.
episode 3 is like, okay, we're back on it. All right, that's right, we're getting it all straight. And then again, by halfway through 4, they're like, the wheels are coming off, and you're like, why?
You had it. You fucking had it.
I'm at a 5 so
5.
far.
5 out of 10 is exactly where I'm at.
That's where I'm at.
I'm like, you got some fucking heavy lifting to do. Part
Yeah, I got some
2.
splaining to do.
Yeah. The fights were great in this season.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get me wrong. They're always great, though. Like, but do show me something
Yeah,
new.
the college thing was stupid but fun.
Yeah.
It was dumb as hell, but it was fun to watch them be.
Somebody's like,
stupid.
at the end of that fight, they're like, call campus security. I'm like, yeah. No. He's worried about what frat he's getting into? He's never getting into another college.
He's going to prison.
ever again. They're like, I wonder if we'll get into MIT. It's like, no, you're on a watch list.
Yeah, is that a
now.
prison?
The MIT #1 most wanted list. Yeah, is that a prison? Yeah.
This is the only place in the world where you can fight to the death and the cops don't show up.
I want to live in Cobra Kai world, man. Fucking A. I'm like, I'm gonna learn karate and I'm gonna beat the fuck out of anyone who looks at me wrong.
That's it.
Yeah.
And you're good.
Yeah.
You can be Robbie and kick Miguel off the 3rd floor or whatever, and he breaks his spine, and you know what?
And there's no
Nothing. He gets probation.
like Daniel's not like, you guys can't fight just whenever you want. Like there's nothing where he's like, you shouldn't have done that. There's no repercussions for them just beating the fuck out of this frat house.
Too, though.
I know.
Also, like I don't want to let
What?
Tori work through her pain in the fight. And Johnny's trying to explain, no, dude, when I lost my family, the one thing I wanted to do was fight.
Yeah.
And it's like, the whole thing is. And now I'm like,
Well,
okay.
because his daughter's gonna get hurt.
Right.
But then it's like, if you're holding back now, why
Then
are
why
you
are
letting
you-
her go to the tournament? Like, and he goes through the exact same thing the last episode with his son.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, so
Why are we doing it? And this is, you
he
can't.
just did it 15 minutes
And they're
ago.
gonna make them buddies by the end again, which
know.
I don't want anymore.
No.
You've done it too much. You had
wasted
him
it.
screw Johnny over too many times. Too many times.
Yeah.
You
Well, there's
can't-
like tension when they arrive at the tournament. He's like, I'm doing it for the kids.
Yeah,
not for
that's
your
it.
dumbass.
Yeah, screw you.
Like, we're done. Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
it needs to stay that way. It has to now.
But we
But they
got a
won't.
movie.
But they won't. Yeah, they'll be best friends again.
What the fuck, man? What are they gonna do in the movie? The Olympics? You know?
I think
Like,
we'll get the kid in the movie. We'll probably get Jackie Chan in the last episode. Some stupid Hillary Swank. I still think she's coming.
She's coming. She has
think
to be a judge.
They tried to Andrew Garfield us because now they're like, it would be interesting if she was in the movie. Like, just or in the show, you know, it's whatever.
Come on. Yeah.
They're saving it all for the end because they're out of gas.
Boo.
They're out of
Boo,
gas.
Cobra Kai. Boo. Boo, Cobra Kai. Boo.
Boo.
Boo. I think we're necessarily going to spoil the cameos in this video.
I agree with what you're
I
saying.
think we go down the list one by one in a different thing.
I think it's respect. People need to stop spoiling it. It didn't officially come out till today.
Yeah, that's why we're not going to really spoil much
Right.
other than what we thought about the movie and the plot details.
Yeah.
Right? So what did you think of Deadpool Wolverine recap for the guys?
Yeah, it
for the
was
fans?
definitely the strongest Deadpool movie by far. It was fan service the movie, like you said, but in a good way, like in the best way.
In a respectable way.
Yeah, my heart grew like the